What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a game that's called Silence of the Siren. This is kind of an interesting title. I've been describing it as Heroes of Might and Mole Men. So this game is Heroes of Might and Magic if it takes place in like a sci-fi galaxy where a mole man race is effectively having a giant civil war at the moment, and they have like commissars and they have like re-education set. Basically, it's communist mole men in space that are fighting against a robot android army that look like bugs, and like there's humans in here. I mean, it's a weird game, but it's got a great art style. Everything looks really nice on the overworld map, and I, being a massive fan of anything that has anything to do with Heroes of Might and Magic, simply had to show it off. So if after watching this here today, we're going to play the game for about, let's call it 30 minutes. We'll play for about 30 minutes. If after watching this, you wanted to get the game for yourself, you can take a look down below. I have links for you. This game is not available, and one thing you want to keep in mind is that this right here is a demo specifically for the press and for YouTubers to show the game off. So if you see any bugs or you see any issues or there's any problems along the way, this is not a final product. This is something that is very much still in development. They just wanted to give you a little taster teaser so you could see what the game is all about. Now, if you wanted to wishlist it and keep an eye on it, I've got a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, you can also take a look down there, and there will be a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream where I play games like this for 5 or 6 hours a day, pretty much every single day of the week. Like, I'm almost always streaming. So if you wanted to slide through and come say hello, you can absolutely do that. But for now, let's dive on into the game. We've got Globetrotter. What does that do? You learn a variety of exploration abilities. Huh. Okay. Guess I could kind of do that. Or we could take level 2 techie and learn how to do an orbital strike that blows up tons of enemies. I feel like that's also a perfectly valid option. Now, what was I doing while I was giving you the opening spiel to this video? I was doing exactly what you do in Heroes of Might and Magic. You cruise around, you pick up all the wood, you pick up all the money, you pick up all the treasures and equipment, and you get yourself moving on an overworld map. We went to a Swordmaster Shrine. That upgraded our attack power for all of the units in our party. We picked up a number of data shards. Those allowed us to level up our hero a little bit so that he's a little bit stronger against threats that exist inside the greater context of the universe. We built up rattling projects over here where crappy little mole men and crappy little hats live depressing little lives until we send them off to wield the pickaxe of war against our enemies. Now I'm building a Meat Boy Ludus. If you wanted to see what a Meat Boy looks like, that's a Meat Boy. I kind of doubt the modesty of these fashion choices, but he's living his best life rocking his leather daddy subligar like he's a level 10 character in Final Fantasy XI. He seems to be happy, and, you know, he's got this little hat right here to protect his modesty even further. So we tend not to write him about it. We just kind of leave him alone, and we're just like, hey, you know, as long as he shows up for the Battle Stab Cuddy fight, then he can wear whatever he wants, okay? As long as it's not affecting his overall efficiency at stabbery, hackery, or slashery. You leave the hackery to me, all right? I've got 10 years of experience being the best hack that I could possibly be. We've got lots of enemies around him. One of the things that struck me about this game very early on, like super early on, one of the things that struck me about this game is that they've got the color palette just right. So what happens in a lot of games that I've noticed anyways is that you have the background palette, but it's ever so slightly off with contrast to anything that's in the foreground or on top of it. And so you can very much notice the things that are meant to move and the things that are meant to animate versus the things that are meant to sit still and be static like a background. This game does not have that problem, and they've used kind of like this sci-fi Xenoclash, I guess, art style to really make the game pop and really make it stand out. I bring that up specifically just because, like, I feel like there were people talking about, I've seen conversations about this game where people are talking about how it has a weird art style and they don't like it. I would actually kind of disagree. I think having a weird art style works for this game. It looks like I've got a tax revenue office now, so that'll be nice to have. And so now we've got a little bit more gold coming in every single turn, too. Gold is the only thing in this game that's kind of like fantasy-like. They call it aura coins, but it's gold. You also have limerite over here. You have fiber alloys, so like carbon nanotubes. You have stem cells, and I think you have nano compounds. and whatever fusion cores are. I assume they're for, like, giant upgrades. Let's go ahead, and let's throw ourselves at this negligible threat down here. I hope that, like, when people mouse over me on the greater game world that is Earth, it doesn't say negligible threat, but I've got a bad feeling that it does, and I find that to be a little hurtful. Hey, they've got a day and a night cycle, too. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. You love to see it. It changes up all the lighting. It changes up every. It looks good, man. Someone has clearly put care into this game. I love that the little units animate. They move around. I was really worried when I first started playing this that the units were going to be kind of like static and they were going to hop around kind of like board game pieces. That's like the last thing I want. I don't know if attacking from behind matters or if these even have a facing. It kind of seems like they might. It's sort of hard to say. There we go. I like how there's little blood splashes and things that fly all over the place too when enemies are getting smacked. So on that turn, why did he go? So the turn order was rattling him. Why on the next round did he go first? I can only imagine that they're making some kind of like initiative roll then, I guess, so that the turn order is at least slightly randomized between similar units. Either way, we have a bounty of splendiferous things down here. Mostly Limerite. That looks like a killbot right there. That guy looks scary. What are you? Yeah, not a chance killbot. Okay, what are you? Limerite quarry. Okay, we'll take that. Good. We've now claimed that. We own this structure, and there are upgrades available. So with some stem cells, it looks like we could turn this into a +2 Limerite produced every single turn. Oh, it looks like we can also add like turrets and some kind of like defensive emplacement to it to either slow the enemy down or force them to take losses if they want to capture it. That's kind of spicy. I dig that. Okay. Can I recruit new units now that we're in a new time cycle? No. So let's keep building then. The interior control office does not upgrade. That's what I was hoping I could upgrade. Do I have anything that costs Limerite that I can upgrade? Exchange resources for Aura coins and vice versa. Probably not a bad idea. Surface lookout increases the visibility range around your base. We also have an academy over here. It unlocks abilities that the visiting commander can learn. Probably a good idea to pick that up just to spread it around. Is that the... Okay, that's the academy up there. I love that even... So the time of day changes inside your base building as well. Like it's still not bright and red and well lit inside of there because it's nighttime. It's a good little detail to notice. Stuff like that matters. Details matter when it comes to game design. It really, truly, it does. Like you can deny it, but it does. So it looks like every 5 turns, it replenishes and we can recruit more units. So we'll get 13 more of them. We'll get 8 more of them. I'll probably send the commander back to the centralized location, like back to our base. To pick up those units. This is a little bit temperamental. You actually have to like, it took me a second. So you have to click on the little door over here if you want your commander to go inside the base. You can't just put him adjacent to it or click on the center of it or it opens the base up without moving the commander. You got to click on the little door. And it doesn't, I'll go back and look, but it didn't feel like there was like an icon change or anything. There we go. Our army has gotten a little bit larger, a little bit more chunky, and a little bit more effective. Let's get a trading post going just in case. And so we have a trading post down here. Looks like we can spend money to buy all the various resources except for fusion cores. So I'm guessing fusion cores are like a major treasure in this game. Oh my god. I didn't mean to pass my turn right there, but sure. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, see, you've got... Okay, the icon does change. So if you come to here, there's a different icon than if you go to the front door. Is that guy tough? He's a high hazard? Okay, well, let's grab that. I will use the XP to make him stronger. And I will give him a little bit more exploration on this turn, just to make us able to move a lot further. That enemy right there is high hazard. We have a Swordsman's Sanctuary. You can earn 3,000 XP by visiting. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, that's great. Let's get a little bit more combat efficiency and a little bit more movement there. Oh, we leveled up twice off of that. Okay. Combat efficiency and Techie 3. And we've got orbital bombardment or vortex mines. Or we could teleport. Orbital bombardment sounds fun. Let's do that. We've got another tech shard for 1,000 XP right there. A little bit of money. Let's move over to here. He's a moderate threat. Okay. Use that for a little bit more XP, and it looks like there's a Navicomp right there. I figured since he was from our faction, he would join the fight on our side. We do have abilities. You can see them over here. So if we spend a little bit of energy, we could put a force field around units. We could do like an orbital strike if we wanted to do so. We might also be able to do like a sentry pod airdrop. Let's do that. Let's put that guy down right there. So we've got our own little machine gunner over there. Let's go ahead and advance. Wow, that was a chunky sound effect. That was good. I did not expect that. I thought I'd be like, pew, pew. Like, that was actually a pretty good sound effect right there. It's got that DACA to it. It's got that bump. You guys go ahead and wait where you're at. I want them to fight the turret first. So as you can see, the abilities in this game are no joke. The abilities in this game actually pretty much won this fight for us, hands down, by comparison to other things we might have done. And so I'm glad to see that the abilities are consequential. I've played other little Heroes of Might and Magic clones, or not even clones. I feel like clone is kind of like a dismissive way to address a game. Heroes of Might and Magic inspired. Heroes of Might and Magic inspired games, I play them from time to time. It's a genre that I've liked since Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And so what I've noticed is some of them have very wispy abilities because they want to accentuate like the tactical combat and the unit choices or whatever. And so the abilities will kill like 3 or 4 guys out of a stack, but they don't really overall affect things but the closest of fights. In this game, it appears as though the abilities are like room clearers. Like, you've got this meter and you tap it out on like one cast, but it basically like wins a fight for you. And so that's cool because I'm a big user of abilities. Looks like we can get a random ability up to level 1 each phase. Interesting. We've got collectors, so there's an extra equipment slot. And then apparently turrets ignore you. Let's do that. I'll probably get a little bit more movement. Well, let's go for ability strength, I guess. Because we're about to pick up an equipment. So add 6 movement points for the turn if you have that. How do I equip it? Looks like it just goes in right there. But it looks like our energy went down. Yeah, so it costs us 30 energy points to get 6 extra movement points. So it's a triggered ability. And then I didn't realize that that was a consumable right there, and that was a consumable as well. So we might as well use it now. Go grab the fusion core, which is sick. We'll see how we can use that. We don't know how big of a threat that guy is. What was over here? Anything concerning? Or just like free? Oh my god, treasure pile. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I looked because treasure piles are rad. Let's get back over here. And is there anything we can build right now? Rattling Slum can go up. Does that allow us to... Okay. Oh, we've got like a new... We've got little guys with guns. Sick, dude. Okay, so we got like a new tier of unit. He's got a little star next to his name. Nice. Let's fall back for a second. We're still going to have to wait for the next cycle, I think, until we can recruit those guys. But having guys with GAT seems like... Hey, there's the human faction right there. Yeah, so from what I saw, there's like a human faction. There's like a robot bug faction. There's like a communist mole men faction. And then there's another one, I think. Let's go ahead and... We're about to level up, so I'll take the XP. Yeah. We'll go with a little bit more exploration. 10% chance to get an additional primal fusion core. Okay. Definitely needed that money. Our finances were a little bit rough. Those guys are high threat. Those guys are high threat. What's down this way? Those guys are low threat. All right, let's run them. They do have guns, though. Yeah, I was going to say, the guns could potentially be, like, hugely worrisome. The cool thing about this game is that the AI actually plays pretty well, too. They focus fire, They choose to shoot the people with the lowest defense. As you can see, they're focus firing the hell out of that unit right there. They play smart. I've seen them break off the attack when debuffs go off. So, like, they'll be fighting a guy over here. Another guy will get debuffed to where they could deal more damage to that guy, and then they'll just disengage and come back over here and start fighting the guy that's debuffed. Like, thus far, the AI seems to make smart decisions from what I've seen so far. Oh, they've got, like, did you see that? He had, like, a little laser bayonet. Yeah, he swished it out like a little Swiss Army knife, like, and then stabbed him with it. That's funny. Yeah, go ahead and smack him. I mean, we've got lots and lots of humans to kill. Apparently, humans have white blood in this setting. Maybe they've all been replaced with synths or whatever, like it's a Weyland-Yutani type deal. There's a stash of resources lying here. Good, we were low on those. That helps out. What is this? A smuggler's den. A visiting commander will get a random reward. Can be used once per cycle. Attacking will give you a bigger reward, but disables the building for 3 cycles. Just get a reward. Yeah, I'll just take, like, the little tiniest bit of goodies, I guess. We've got another data fragment, so let's keep that going. I like the level. Like, it feels like this is a really good demo. You know why it's a really good demo? Because this is a good demo because they didn't spend a whole bunch of time tutorializing me. They didn't spend a whole bunch of time onboarding me. They were just like, look, here's a level. Play. Have fun in the sandbox. If you've played Heroes of Might and Magic, womp womp. You know what you're doing. You don't need to worry about it. You're going to have a great time. Jump on in here and get it going, you know? We'll get that right there. Like, I found this problem that's been coming up a lot with sort of like demos that developers put out. And developers, I love you guys. I survived directly because of you guys. So I'll just address that at the front. But that having been said, a lot of the demos that I get sent are just kind of like tutorials that you play for like 35 minutes. That's not a super great way to get your game out there and to get people like hyped AF about your game. This right here is how you do it. This is slick. This is clean. This is polished. It's had like a little bit of like performance issues, like the tiniest bit of chuggies, but honestly, not that much chuggies. Just a little tiny bit of chuggies. But it plays great. It looks good. It feels good. It gave me like a really, really good slice of the gameplay that I can expect from the finalized product. Like, it gave me something to be excited about. It did not show me all the factions, but it showed me an interesting faction that is fun to play as and has been enjoyable thus far, like orbital bombarding people. Like, this is how you do a demo right here. This is how a demo is done, at least in my opinion. Looks like I can upgrade these guys. Yeah, you just directly upgrade these guys. And so I guess it's just like a linear path for the units. That's cool. I'd like to see some splits that allow you to specialize on a given run. So like when you level up a building, it's like, do you want your ratlings to get better at melee and have like a cooler melee graphic? Or do you want your ratlings to go ranged, basically? And like when the range guys level up, do you want them to be grenadiers or do you want them to be snipers? Which means that they keep their current damage, but they do AoE if you go with grenadiers. But if you go with sniper, they're single target, but they get like a +2 damage boost and they can fire from across the map. Stuff like that is all cool and stuff that I've come to really, really like in games like this. I think we may have to wait for the next cycle before we can fight anybody. We only have like one moderate threat on the map, so we may need more units, and I don't have that much energy either. So this whole left path right here is not going to do it for us. What we need to do is we need to produce units, and we need to produce units like right now. Is it either or that I get to produce on each cycle? It is. Okay, cool. Good to know. Go ahead and hire a few more of those guys just to make us a little bit more chonkier. Now that we're a little bit more chonkier, we've got a sweatshop, builds 4 shields for your armies. Okay. I like how they've got little lore blurbs right there as well. Yeah, do the factory or whatever it is. It'd be cool if the saw spun, but other than that, kind of cool. Yeah, it'd be sick if the saw, like, went up, like, on this little pivot right here, and then it came back down and went and threw, like, a little bit of debris around. You could see little rocks coming down the conveyor belt, and then, like, smoke coming out of the top of the building. Just a few more details on the base building, and I think they'll be there for, like, a satisfying-looking base. So, like, do we get the force shields right now? Like, how do the force shields work? I have questions about the force shield situation. That's a moderate threat. That's a low hazard threat. Let's go for it. I think most of it's just going to be the fact that we can fire from range now, which means we can camp out the enemy like a bunch of scumbags. Yep, that's exactly. That was a really satisfying sound effect, too. You guys go up top. Do I have enough energy to do something right now? I can long-range artillery somebody. Yeah, satisfying. Go ahead and put him right there to protect that unit. Put him right there to protect that unit, because I can already see what they're up to. Oof, get slapped. Ooh, that crit hurt, though. Yeah, go ahead and drop that guy. Wow, the impact on that attack. You love to see it. Hit from right there for the AoE. Very nice. Wish that we had not lost 4 of those guys. That kind of bums me out. These guys are really strong, and I need them to remain, like, combat effective for this whole situation to work. Whole bunch of nanotubes, an ancient data scroll. It will learn or level up the collector skill. I think I already fully leveled that one up. I mean, maybe I was at level 2. Maybe that did do something for me. I wasn't looking, though, when I put it in. All right, so we've got a new mine. That's good. We now have nanotubes coming in turn by turn, which at the bare minimum gives us something we can sell if we need to. That guy is a moderate threat, and he's kind of like the gatekeeper of the top part of the map. So I do think we're going to have to do something about him, and the giant death robot down there just seems like a bad plan. Oh, no, there's a little path down here that I haven't been on. Hold on. Well, let's go that way then. I love the sense of exploration here, too. Like, I'm legitimately having a good time with this game. This is sick, dude. This is super sick. I can't wait to play it. A memory wiper. Nearest building forgets that the commander has visited it. Oh, that's a very creative item. I like it. I'd probably go for this up here, so that I get +2 to my attack power to make my units even stronger. I just, you know, I like having a vascular unit. What can I say? Yeah, I'll just take the XP. Taking the money when I generate that much every single turn seems like a waste. It's a moderate threat. Okay, what does this building do? Oh, it's a nano-compound collider. Good to know. And there's like a whip down there. Oh, really? It makes me get way more resources when I pick stuff up. Nice. Okay, well, we'll send this guy back to base camp with his turn. And then, is there anything I can administratively build? A hammerite tower. More units are good. I will always take more units. So let's go ahead and get our hammerites going, which is basically just a mole man inside of a big metal knight suit. Like a mechanized knight suit. And then I think we're done here. So I was able to upgrade my hammerites. They look way cooler now. It's a little mole man inside of a giant death suit with a rocket booster on the back of the hammer now. So that's pretty sick. But other than that, just waiting. I want my next cycle's worth of units. Yeah, we can just end the turn right now. I just want more units. I'm trying to steam stomp the entire map. It's nighttime right now. We're going to have a moderate threat over there. Let's just keep developing our economy and making things nicer. Overseer's office. We get more aura coins per turn. Do it. Oh, cool. Our tower got even bigger, man. It got even bigger and doper. Sweet. I'll take it. I got to get, like, some energy back anyways as we go through this whole thing. So as I get my energy back, there's our new cycle. There's our guy. Recruit all. Spend all of the monies. God, I love that button. Hey, buddy. You looking kind of low threat now. Huh. Overwhelmed at the size of your forces, your opponents are trying to escape. You can let them run and gain no XP, or take initiative and start the battle anyways. I mean, we only really have something to lose right there, right? Like, even if they scrape off a unit or two, we lost something. And killing them doesn't really gain us much since we get no XP. I guess it didn't say that we get no XP. Scavenger. Oh, nice. We get more resources from killing enemies. Good. I would like that. Give it to me. A few more resources over on this side. 1,000 more XP potion right there. That guy's probably super easy to pick on. And that'll give us access to the bio farm for stem cells. Good. I think we already did all our upgrades this turn, right? Yeah, we did. We did everything that there was to do. Can I handle any of these guys on the left side as well? Like, I don't want these dudes to think I forgot about them, because I definitely didn't. They were standing over there threateningly. They are now a moderate threat, and a not a chance threat. Okay? So that guy appears to be a very scary guy that wants to bust our heads open. We'll fire at will. I mean, do I really even need to fight them? That'll kill 10. Satisfying. I think he's like stunned or something. Pull up to like right there, I guess. He can get in there and take a swipe at him. Counterattack might hurt, though. Oh, he didn't counterattack. Never mind. Just put him down then. We got 700 XP for the fight. I guess it depends if you think... I mean, look how little our meter moved. You know, it takes us like what? How many XP is it going to take to level up? Doesn't actually say on the meter. Does it say inside of here? I mean, it kind of moved us, I guess. But it takes us 19,000 XP, so 700 XP is really not that large of a percentage chunk of that. What is that thing? The Hollow Scarecrow? 20% of units are removed from a neutral army before bat. Wow! They're giving us all the fun toys out here. Well, that was 1,200 XP, and that seemed like it was worth it. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just dumb. Let's go... I don't have the engineer skill, and that allows us to get more energy points back per turn, which is really, really nice, actually, because the abilities are like game changers. But well done, developers. I think this is a great demo. I like it a lot. As someone that is a big fan of like Heroes Hour and Heroes of Might and Magic, pretty fun. It's not anything super... I haven't seen anything that's crazy unique so far to like the genre. Like, there's no twist, so Heroes Hour has kind of like the auto battle with the spectacle of a million billion units running into each other, and you have no control over it except for casting spells and stuff. But I mean, if you like Heroes of Might and Magic, or you wanted like Songs of Conquest, but with sci-fi instead of with fantasy armor and knights and elves and stuff like that, and you did want a unique setting, like this is a really unique, odd, strange, Xenoclash, Oddworld type setting. I dig it. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's got a lot of nice details. I can't wait to play the final product. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we were taking a look at a press demo for Silence of the Siren. Tomorrow we'll be taking a look at something else. I appreciate you deciding to spend your time here with me, and I will be back with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet tomorrow. Bye, folks.